Go back a bit if you can. Out, shall we? Yeah.
I've been tagged so many times in this video asking how the claim would be settled for the camera car who was involved in a collision with a vehicle that was stolen and being pursued by the police. I can confirm that it will be the car owner's insurance company that will settle the innocent camera car driver's claim. The backstory from what I've seen in the comments but isn't confirmed is that the offending vehicle was advertised for sale and the thieves have pretended to go and purchase that vehicle and then have stolen it and driven away. This sounds like theft by deception, so normally the theft part would not be covered by the insurer of the stolen vehicle. However, on this occasion I think it might be covered because the owner apparently put themselves in the way of the theft and they were run over in doing so I imagine the theft would be covered on moral grounds. I'll go into more detail about why it wouldn't or would be covered in this case at the end of the video. Now, in terms of the collision, from what I understand, the collision happened before the police arrived on the scene, and the police then arrived and started using the camera vehicle as a climbing frame. Once the police arrived on scene, they then used the camera vehicle as a climbing frame to get access to the thieves and apprehend them. Given the age of the camera vehicle, the initial impact would have economically written off the camera vehicle. The police climbing on it really isn't of any relevance to any claims that would be made. If it was a newer car and it was going to be repaired, the insurer of the camera vehicle would look to get a percentage of those costs back from the police's public liability insurance for the climbing on the vehicle. In this case, the camera car's insurer will deal with the vehicle as a total loss and they will then look to the stolen car's insurance company for reimbursement of the costs that they've paid out to the owner of the camera vehicle. The insurer of the stolen car will then look to see if they can recoup any of those costs from the person that was driving the stolen car. Now, onto the technicalities. How come the insurer of the stolen car has to pay out? Well, that's because what the law says. The Road Traffic Act, wherever possible, is designed so that innocent victims have avenues to claim for their losses. If the offending vehicle has insurance on it and the driver of that vehicle is identified, then they have an obligation to settle any third-party claims under the Road Traffic Act. And because the driver is identified, they can then look to try and pursue the thief for any costs that they have paid out. Now, in regard to the owner of the car being stung for that claim, well, they're not really, because they're already going to be making a claim for the theft of the vehicle. Any damages that were caused by that vehicle to others as a result of that theft will be dealt with under the one claim that will affect the no claims discount, and it's worth remembering it's not a no blame discount, it's a no claims discount, and a claim has been made. It's the reason that you have an insurance policy that will cover the theft of the vehicle so that you can claim against your own policy if you need to, because what's the likelihood that a thief is going to have the means to be able to pay you your losses? Next to none. Now, I totally understand that that's not ideal, but to suggest something like where somebody else has to pay means that you're trying to argue for socialistic policies in a capitalist society, and that doesn't tend to go down well with the majority of the electorate. So providing everything tied up, as I said, the thief is ID'd and convicted, the owner of the car claims for the theft of the vehicle and the damage that it sustained from their insurance company, if it is covered. The innocent camera car driver will claim initially from their insurance company for their losses, and their insurance company will then pursue their losses back from the stolen car's insurance company. And the stolen car's insurance company will then try and see if they can get any money out of the thief. There's probably more chance of winning the lottery than that attempt being successful. Earlier in the video I mentioned that the theft might not actually be covered. Typically, if you hand over the keys to a thief, that will be excluded from the policy as theft by deception. So as an example of that, let's say you are showing the thief around your car, they ask for the keys to look around it themselves whilst you step away from the car, and they then make off with the car itself. However, the comment suggested the owner tried to prevent the theft and was run over in doing so. So on this occasion, on moral grounds, it's likely that the exclusion would be overlooked by the insurer, as it would be unfair to reject the claim when they did everything possible to prevent the theft after they'd handed over the keys. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.